What is going on, guys? I got Leah here. She's going to be talking about her experience in the Hanson Health Academy. She's been completely changed up body composition, has seen some solid results in the last 2.5 months, and I'm excited to have you here today, Leah. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in. So, what are your three biggest wins that you've had so far in the program?
Uh, well, the very first one, and probably the most important, is being able to lose the body fat I have around my stomach. I
Let's
was
go.
struggling with that. I'd been sick for about 6 months. I've always been really fit and always done something, but about 6, 7 months ago, I got sick and wasn't able to do anything. And um, now it's back to normal, and I'm starting to feel like I'm 100% again. And even losing that has made a huge difference in my health.
Let's go. That's a huge win. Love that.
hmm the next one, losing it healthily. So
Yes.
um,
Yes.
I lacked protein, and I was a good eater, but I wasn't a great eater, and I wasn't eating enough protein in my diet. So um, this program has just given me a whole new outlook on eating and how to eat healthy and still feel full.
Let's
So
go.
that's a huge win, yeah. And muscle definition, man, it's so nice to see muscles back. That's the third one. I even in my lower body, have always struggled with um getting good definition in my quads, and even that's starting to show now. And
Let's
slow
go.
process. Upper body's easy. I'm super thin. Lower body is where I would carry any of the excess that I have, and yeah, that was always a struggle. So now it doesn't feel quite as big a struggle now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Solid
hmm
wins, solid wins. Create more
Yeah,
sustainability around your nutrition, being able to things are fitting, everything's tight and loose in all the right places.
yeah,
The definition's coming back. Let's go. Huge.
yeah. Super happy about it. So.
Awesome. Awesome. And what have been like some the biggest life changes that have like impacted the other aspects in your life?
So, do you mean the things that put me where I was and needing the help, or just in general?
Just in general, like when it comes to like seeing these results and like how it's impacted maybe your energy, your productivity, or like how you're showing up strong for the other areas in your life.
Yeah, I mean, for me, medically, it actually helped me start to feel better. Um, Having a medical crisis kind of puts things into perspective, and when you take on something that gives you new focus, and actually is healthier for your body, then you start to see those changes that have impacted you in a negative way change to a more positive way.
Huge.
Um, I, yeah, I'm one of those people that body image was always a big focus for me, and I struggled with that. And I find that I'm not struggling as much anymore. I have so much focus on what I'm doing and the prepping and the gym and enjoying it that it's kind of given me a new outlook actually on where things are headed. And I think it impacts a lot of things. Your health, your mental health for sure has uh,
Absolutely. Yeah.
has changed a lot. And I had recently become single, so emotionally I was struggling, and I haven't, yeah, it's helped even in that area to be able to have focus and family. And um, you have a very unique way of coaching. So it's lots of big life changes, but everything has been hugely positive. So
Let's go.
just
Let's go.
win-win. Yeah, it's been
Huge
win-win for
wins.
me. Yeah.
Making such awesome progress. It's been great seeing you grow. And speaking of like the coaching, like how would you best describe our coaching style?
That's a tough question because it's super unique. There aren't many programs that use virtual as well as in person, as well as um, your motivational speaking stuff. There's such a combination of different things that come in that help people who um, learn in different ways.
Totally.
Like, yeah, I think that you have such a positive, bubbly, fast talking outlook when you coach, on top of the fact that you've created this family of, I've never seen that before, where we have an online family that celebrates wins.
Heck
And
yeah.
and for that matter, even if it's not a huge win, um, it matters. And if you're struggling, they're there to support you, pick you up, or, it just becomes this big world, which is a little overwhelming sometimes because I'm a super as talkative and outgoing as I am, I'm super introvert. So for me, it's tough to get in there and just put it all out there. But I love to follow it, read it, support it. Um, and just the whole dynamics of your coaching routine and your the progressive overloading and the way you guys do it, and now you've added the new component, which is the videos, which I'm not sure how I feel about, but I it's a great thing.
Yep.
It's hard for some people to deal with.
Totally.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most unique concepts I have come across. And I've been in fitness. I'm 61. I've been in it since I was 17. I was an instructor for aerobics. I'm a rider, a runner. I've done so many variants of it, but this is probably one of the fastest changes I've ever made in my body in 10 weeks.
Let's go.
So huge. Yeah, it's huge. So you have a very unique but amazing coaching style. I truly feel blessed that I stepped in and took the chance. So yeah,
Oh, it makes me so happy to hear that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, you've
Let's
earned
go.
it. Yeah,
Uh,
you've earned it. So
I really appreciate that. And what do you find is the biggest differentiating factors that differentiates us from other typical programs out there?
well, I mean, what differentiates you is the fact that you've created a family, and you do both in-person, online activities. You follow very closely. You're always checking in. Your meetings, your weekly to your biweekly to your 30-day, 60-day, um, makes it almost feel like I'm in person in a gym all the time with a coach. So it's it just I don't feel pressured, but I know the support is there if I need it, right? And just having that kind of a unique training mechanism behind it all. Your videos are super super helpful.
Heck
So that in itself is unique because learning how to travel while you're on, a specific type of meal plan and specific workouts, um, learning how to travel with that was super helpful because I mean right after I started I was going to be traveling, so I was able to get the bands and I had a meal plan in place that I could prep properly to travel with and do while I was there. So there's so many unique aspects to this program. um, yeah, I I like that you guys are always pumping us up. You know,
yeah. To
it's
hype you up. Absolutely.
at at the same time you can also be brutally honest. So
Yep.
and and that's not a bad thing either. And again, everybody learns differently or has a different approach to things, but having somebody that keeps you honest is huge. And it can be daily. It can be like just being in the family page. You've always got somebody who's either needing your support or giving you support. And that's just unique all on its own. It's like they're right beside you all the time. My phone is pinging all the time, and I'm like, okay, who's up now?
Yep.
So yeah, that sense of family is super unique, to a program that is already mostly online and virtual, with the opportunity to have in-person meets if you need it. So yeah, there's so many aspects to it. It's so vast, it's hard to even describe how unique it is.
Oh, that's awesome. That's huge. It's
Yeah.
yeah, customized for the person, being able to meet them where they're at and be able to help them create a lifestyle around it that's going to be aligned with them and their goals, and then having the community that's with
Yeah,
like-minded people to support them makes such a huge difference.
it does. I mean, just positive buildup is super important for people who are struggling. When you first get started, you feel like you're dying, and you have all that support there that's dying with you. So it's a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, why would you recommend this program to someone else?
Um, because there's so many different reasons. Because it's adaptable, like it meets your needs no matter what they are. Um, you don't have to buy into everything. You can buy into parts of it. You always have the support. You always have the training. If you have to miss, you can move your schedules. Like you can adapt and adjust. You've been super flexible with when I don't like the meal plan. Just going in and switching or changing. Because if I thought I was going to see chicken one more time, somebody was going to die.
Yep, totally get
so,
it.
so and you listen. Like when I message something, I get a response. I'm not waiting for days for somebody to respond to me or trying to meet up with me to have a meeting. It happens instantly. So you guys are like 24/7 on the clock. It's scary sometimes.
Yep.
It makes it easy to follow. So for somebody who is new and has never done something like this before, this program is adaptable. Like the education part of it, you learn a very key component, and then you have options to go through all the other videos and learn things you might need for longevity or for travel or for things you might be struggling with. Somebody else's techniques might help you. It's so diverse that, yeah, you can make it fit anyone. So yeah, it's the perfect program for somebody who's super busy, which I am, because I can work with it. I don't have to be at a gym at a specific time. It's my time. If it's 10 at night or it's 5 in the morning, it's whatever works for me. And I like that the program's built that way, and super adaptable. So, and that when I need somebody, they're there. They're always there. So
Let's go.
yeah,
Awesome.
makes it for us. Yeah, super win-win for a
Yeah,
lot of people.
that's makes me really happy to hear that, Leah.
Yeah.
And what do you find that you struggled with the most before you joined the program, and how did we help you overcome it? Or how did the program help you overcome it?
That's such a big story. My biggest struggle is being having bulimia. So an eating disorder is not something you ever get rid of. It's kind of always just it nags in your background, and certain things can trigger it. Or so I've carried that for a really long time, and I struggled with eating properly. I think at the peak of my bulimia, I was 90 pounds. So I was like this skeleton, and I didn't see it because I have, like you, um, body dysmorphia. This programming that happened when I was super young made me believe that anything I ate, I would be fat. Or so I struggled with that. And I struggled with um, understanding that when I was at my best fitness, I was actually at my best fitness. It was never enough. So I would quit eating, but I was trying to work out, and I started fainting. And so I had all these components sitting there, and I didn't know how to get them under control. And for a long time, I just didn't eat. I would eat when I needed to. I would starve myself. So I wasn't eating healthy. And I don't even know how I found I think you messaged me, or I liked something and you messaged me. And so I started to look into your program a bit, and I thought, I wonder if this could be my way to maybe put that control back in place and not worry about eating, because that's the focus, right? Food. And I was super worried about the fact that if I had to focus on food again, it might send me back into full blown bulimia. But it didn't work that way, because what you gave me made me feel full, but I was losing weight. So it
Yes.
becomes a brain game, right? So I think that struggle pushed me, it put you in my path for some whatever unknown reason. Um, that link came up, and when you asked me, you started questioning me. I started thinking, maybe they could help. So I made that step, and it's made a huge difference. I don't think about getting fat or overeating or that hasn't crossed my mind in, well, since I started actually, because
Let's
I've
go.
been eating food that's making me feel full. So, and good food, not like it's not just garbage food, right? And then I started to lose the inches, and I'm like, maybe there is something to this protein thing they're talking about.
Yeah.
So for me, that was a big life-changing event that you actually helped bring back into control. That the whole program has been super supportive without even realizing it's being supportive, in me putting that back on the shelf somewhere to say, okay, you can eat, it's safe, your body's fine, and not focus so much on how I think I should look,
Totally.
but pay attention to how I feel and um, how I'm moving and how my muscles are responding. And yeah,
Huge. Huge. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it's a huge win for me for
Yeah.
sure.
Creating a better relationship with food, more
Yeah,
sustainability around it. That is massive.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's exciting actually.
yeah, let's go. Let's go. And what's been your favorite part of the program so far?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I think that everything has its own piece that makes it a good project all in one, you know? Like I like that I'm not a fan of food prepping. I will be straight up and honest about that. I
Yeah,
never
totally get
have
it.
been, but I've learned that I'm really good at it. Like I have learned that I can get things ready if I want to cook them fresh and not prep them and store them in the fridge. I just store them fresh and cook them when I want them. Um, I've learned that the whole program itself is one piece doesn't work without the other. So you need all the components, the good eating habits, the training, the self-talk, you know, like not skipping. Everything in the program itself as a unit makes it super successful for a person, no matter whether you're starting out trying to lose a lot of weight or even a small amount. You know, like I wasn't a huge weight loss program. I needed to get my health back and get
Yes.
my fitness back to a level where it was working for me, not against me. And yeah, the program is every part of it has contributed to that. So there's no specific piece that is exciting or not. They all are important together. So yeah, super
Heck yeah.
happy that they're all yeah, one big piece of the puzzle.
Brings everything together. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if someone was on the fence about joining, like what would you tell
I would say if you don't take the step, you're never going to know. You need to experience this world to understand how well it works because it works. And I wasn't a believer. It's why it took me so long to take the first step and answer you and
them?
delve into
Yep.
it because I always thought I knew what I was doing because I'm a fitness person. But sometimes
Totally get it.
having faith in somebody else and allowing them to give you the opportunity to get back where you were so that you can build on that. Um, that first step is what matters. And just
Huge.
take the plunge. Yeah.
Let's
Take
go.
the plunge. It's worth it. Totally worth it.
Miss every shot you don't take.
That's right. That's right.
Let's go. Leah, well, thanks so much for joining me today. I think that inspired at least one person to take action on their goals. And if anybody is interested about learning a little bit more, seeing if this is a good fit for them, just message me and I'll be more than happy to talk a little bit further, see if it makes sense for you and your goals, because we want to make sure it's aligned. But yeah, can't wait to see the growth in the future, Leah. It's been awesome seeing you grow so far.
Thank you.
Heck yeah, let's crush some goals.